Good morning and happy Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about a very, very important subject and one that is near and dear to my heart, and that is about loving our kids. And I'm going to share a story of what has been working for me and how I have found some practical ways to stop yelling at my kids and stop lashing out in frustration. This is my Paris mug, and I've been using that, just thinking about everything in Paris, and it's just been a good reminder to me. So good morning, everyone. It is super muggy and stormy outside today. There was this really big storm earlier, and are we gonna have a kid co-host today? I'm not sure because all my kids are sleeping. It was a big storm, and it was one of those days where you just want to sleep in. And so I stayed up really late last night watching a movie with my husband, and so we're running late today because of that, but it just is what it is. So anyway, okay, so the whole events in Paris and everything, I've been thinking a lot about that and thinking about that as a mom and thinking about embracing the moments, and you never know what day could be your last. You never ever know. And so this, let me show you my mug. This mug is, can't see very well because of there. I love this mug, and it's just been a reminder to me to pray for those in Paris, but also that we want to live our life. We want to live our life in a way that if today were our last day, we wouldn't regret it. And so I've been thinking about this as a mom, and I wanted to share with you a practical way and something that's been helping me to stop yelling at my kids. That doesn't mean that I've done it perfectly, but I've made some huge strides in that area. And so I wanted to read a blog post to you that I wrote. This was actually last November, so it's been a year ago that I wrote this. And I'm going to read this post to you. It's a little bit long, so just stay with me. And then at the end, I want to kind of share an update and share about something special that we have been working on that we are launching today related to this. So, I thought I was a patient person, and then I had kids. I said I'd never yell at my kids, and then I had kids. I pictured myself as a sweet, loving, always cheerful mom, and then I had kids. Motherhood has stretched me and humbled me. It's brought out the best in me and the worst in me. And recently, with the processing of our big move, I wrote this a few months after we'd moved from Kansas to Tennessee, which was a really big move for our family. There has been a lot more of the worst and very little of the best. I found myself snapping at my kids more and more frequently, which only served to frustrate me. The more I snapped at my kids, the more frustrated I was at myself. And the more frustrated I was at myself, the more I'd snap at my kids. It was a vicious cycle, and I felt trapped. One night, I was up late thinking of the kind of mom I'd been and feeling so ashamed of my behavior and the example I was setting before my kids. I started praying and asking God to help me to love my children, to help me have patience with them, and to stop getting so angry with them. As I was praying, an idea birthed in my head. I decided to make a commitment to my husband for the next 4 weeks. I woke my husband up to tell him my commitment. I have such a gracious husband that he let me wake him up in the middle of the night. And I told him this: every time I was tempted to lash out at a child, I would instead find a very practical way to love that child. It was a big commitment, but he agreed that he thought I could do it and said he was willing to hold me accountable. I went to bed resolving that by God's grace, I was going to change the tone in our home. The first day was very, very hard. One child in particular has been getting on my every last nerve. This child knows how to push buttons and seems to make a game of trying to see how much they can annoy me. Well, the first few hours on that first day of my 4-week commitment, this child tried all their usual tactics. I didn't get frustrated. I didn't yell. I didn't even raise my voice. Oh, it was very hard, but I'm a stubborn person, and I was determined to stick with my commitment to my husband. Instead of lashing out, I asked this child to come snuggle next to me. I poured love, love, and more love. Within a few hours, this child's attitude had drastically changed. This child was calm, happy, and asking what they could do to help me. I cannot believe it. And this only continued for the next few days until finally I felt like I almost had a completely different child living in my home. It was amazing. And when I wrote this post, I said, we're now headed into week number 4 of my commitment, and I can safely say that this one change in me has changed the entire tone in our whole home. My children are more helpful and respectful. I am so much happier. Jesse is happier because we're happier, and our home is much, much calmer. All because I'm choosing to love instead of lash out. So I decided that my 4-week experiment was a smashing success, and I'm going to extend it for another 40 years or something like that. So I wrote that post a year ago in November, and that simple truth of instead of lashing out, to love, to look for a practical way to love the child that one is, just annoying me and making me feel like I'm going to lose it. And every time I feel like that, to say, I'm going to love. I'm going to love. What can I do to love this child? And for each child, it's different. Tomorrow, I'm going to be sharing some practical ways, what that looks like in our home. But I wanted to just tell you the backstory for that today, because this simple thing has made such a big difference for me. Now, I don't do it perfectly, but in the last year, I can tell you that our home has been so much calmer as a result of me being intentional about saying I'm going to love instead of lash out. One thing that's really helped me was right around this time when I wrote this post, I had gotten this bracelet. This was from Spark of Amber, and if you're familiar with amber bracelets, they're supposed to have a calming effect on you. And it's really cool because they had one bead for each of my kids. And so I would wear this bracelet, and it would be a reminder to me every time I looked down. And I told my kids, I'm wearing this bracelet because this is reminding me to choose love instead of lashing out. And that was so helpful. And so many moms, when I shared this post and talked about this, they said, I want a bracelet too. And so for the last year, we have been working really hard and looking at different prototypes and trying to come up with something that we could give to moms as a tangible reminder to choose love instead of lashing out. And so I am so excited because tonight, we are launching our Choose Love bracelets. And these are leather, and it says Choose Love, if you can see it on there. And we wanted to come up with something that was very versatile, that you could wear with a lot of different outfits, that you could wear while you're washing dishes, and that it wasn't some really nice, clunky bracelet that would get in the way. We were thinking of moms. And so I just wanted to let you know that we have that coming tonight, and I asked my team if I could do something special, and I asked them if I could launch the bracelet to my Scope followers only for the first 12 hours. And so we have a special coupon tonight, sometime tonight, once we get the store and all of the details finished. We're this close. I'm going to hop on and I'm going to let you know what the coupon code is, and I'm going to let you know where you can go to purchase this bracelet. And the coupon code for my Scope followers is only going to be good for 24 hours, and it is going to be cheaper than anywhere else that you're going to find on the internet. So my team was super gracious. I said, you know what? My Scope followers, I feel like you guys are part of my family, and you are so committed. You show up every single day. And so we wanted to do something special for you all because we want you to kind of be on the inside. And so no one else knows that this is happening tonight, except for you all. So tonight, sometime, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be somewhere around 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm not completely sure because my team's getting everything set up, but look for that. And we have a limited supply because we wanted to see whether there was a market for this, and I always try to be wise and not jump out and take a huge risk. And so we have a limited supply, but that will be available tonight. So we also are launching our Choose Love journals, and so we will have a package deal with the bracelet and the journal, but you can just get the bracelet or just get the journal separately if you would rather just get one or the other. And this journal was created with the same thing in mind. This was created for moms. Obviously it says a mother's blessing, but you can use it like the other gratitude journal that I have, where you write down a line of blessings every day. You can see there's a line for each day. Or you can write down what you are challenging yourself as a mom. Like, today I want to remember to do X with my child. Or you can use it to write down a special memory or something funny, some motherhood moment that you don't want to forget. And so I'll show you the inside of, there's some sections for journaling if you want to do more journaling, but there's also just the line a day. So it's a line for every single day of the year. So I will have the coupon code tonight for my Scope followers only, and I think it's going to be $20 for both the bracelet and the journal, and then there will be some shipping charges as well, but I think it's going to be $20 just for you guys. So I wanted to let you know that that was coming, and I will let you know where to go and what code to use. So I've just been so excited about this. And you know, again, if you can't afford this, we just want to do something fun. But if you can't afford it, I totally get it. And maybe you can find something else. You can have your child make you a beaded bracelet that you can wear. Just something to have that reminder in front of you to love instead of lashing out. Because this simple truth has changed our home. So today I want to challenge you. Maybe you're not even a mom. Maybe with your coworkers, with your spouse, with your friends, that you need to remember to love instead of lash out. And tomorrow we'll be talking about very practical ways to walk that out in our homes, and I think it will really encourage you. So we do not have a scope this afternoon, a Money Making Mom scope, because I have, my daughter has a swim meet today, and then I have a meeting, and so we're going to skip that this afternoon, but who knows? I might hop on some other time with something else, but for sure I will be back on tonight for a really quick scope with the code and the website of where to go to get the bracelet and the journal. So thank you so much, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.